Are you ready to talk about all the fun stuff? Like dating and falling in love. Are you ready for going Dutch? And Jake and Kane will make you smile. They'll talk about stupid stuff for a while. You will enjoy this a lot, or you're a f***. This is called Going Dutch. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to Going Dutch. It's a podcast. You're listening to it right now. What else do you want from me? I'm Kane Holloway.
I'm sure Jake.
We have a guest today. He was just about to introduce himself. Can't do it on this show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, introduce yourself, you idiot.
So our guest today is a good friend of ours, local comedian.
Very funny.
Works at Sherwin-Williams if you ever need some paint.
Longest hair you've ever seen.
Yeah, why don't you tell the people who you are?
This
guy rules, man.
When he first came into our lives, I thought, I don't know if we're going to find anybody funnier. We got to get him on the pod.
Yeah, dude, I thought the opposite. I was like, I don't know if we're ever going to find someone funnier because I'm going to kill myself.
That's true.
He's going to bury me at every show we ever do.
And then we're going to have to, then I'd have to bring him on as my second co-host because you'll be gone.
Yeah.
And that's going to be rough. I mean, and also, when you talk to him, he won't stop talking. That's the most interesting part about him is
That's
he is
true.
a chatterbox beyond anyone I've ever met. I hope you guys are ready for what I think is one of the funniest guys in San Diego, possibly the country. His name is Connor Castillo.
That's me. That's right. I can never shut up. Sometimes I feel like I just can't stop talking.
That's true.
When I'm with you guys, I just am constantly talking.
Yeah.
Never have an issue getting a word in. Not once.
Not one time.
Not one time, no.
Welcome to the show, buddy. How are you?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah?
I feel great.
Yeah?
It's good to see you guys. Good to be here in this awful chair.
It is a bad chair.
You
It's
prepped
terrible.
me saying it was the worst chair in the world, and I thought that can't be true, and it was
Has
true.
it gotten any better?
No, my back hurts. I'm uncomfortable as we speak.
Oh, man.
Do you want me to get you a different one?
No, I'm going to push through. Just as a show of resilience, to just show the audience that I don't have quit in me.
Wow, that chair really is that bad?
It's not awful, but
It feels like it's really bad.
I mean, no, it genuinely is. It sucks.
the third pillow helped. The third.
What a torturous situation.
You know, a chair is
for you,
good
Connor.
when it needs extra pillows.
I kind of like our interviews to be like hot ones. Like I like to make the guests feel as uncomfortable as possible.
Yeah.
I think we get the most honest.
The lights are a lot. I shouldn't have worn a sweater, but it's all right.
Yeah, we are going to shoot some hot, spicy sauce in your mouth. We're just like hot ones.
That's fun, dude. That's pretty fun. Well, in terms of hot, spicy stuff in your mouth, we have a segment that we like to call Trader Joe's Trinkets and Treats Taste Test. And I have a little...
Hang on. Trader Joe's Trinkets and Treats Taste Test.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's pretty fun.
It's actually a two-state...
TJTTT.
It's a two-state solution Trader Joe's Trinkets and Treats Taste Test. And we are recording this episode, ironically, on a Tuesday. So it is the two-state solution Trader Joe's Trinkets and Treats Taste Test Tuesdays.
And the reason why it's a two-state solution is because these treats are so good
So
that
good.
if you got any two parties that hate each other a lot, the war would end.
It would
if
end.
They just agreed to taste these tasty
Man,
trinkets
one
and
day
treats.
that might be applicable, but right now there's just nothing going on. So
Yeah,
That's
too
true.
bad. I know.
Too
Too
bad.
bad there isn't a war that we could end
Too
with
bad
a
there's
tasty
not-
treat.
any two nations really going at it right now that could use this.
Man. And what we've gotten here of our tasty treats, we've actually split them in half because we have the same kind of treats,
One
different
for each
flavors,
state.
and we've mushed them together in a sense of harmony and unity and
Ah.
peace,
Yeah.
which would, again, be applicable had there been something going on in the world today. But sadly,
Nothing,
that's
nothing
just not
going
the
on.
case.
Nothing big.
If only there was a problem. But what I wanted to demonstrate to you guys and show you guys what we're going to be tasting today is Trader Joe's mochi. They have vanilla, strawberry, matcha, and now chocolate, which is super fun. I didn't have any chocolate, but the strawberry and the vanilla are the best when you split them in half and mush them together and create a little Harvey Dent situation right there, which is kind of nice.
They do. It does have a Harvey
It's
Dent
got a
feel
Harvey
to it.
Dent vibe, and then this
Yeah.
one's poison ivy. But anyway,
Mhm.
why don't you guys get on in there and tell me what you think?
I'm gonna
I
smush
think I'm
the
gonna double up
pink
myself. Yeah.
together with the vanilla.
This is good quality content. Just eating right in the microphone.
So nice.
Oh.
Oh, it's sensational.
Wow.
Don't
Yeah,
say
it
that.
would make me stop hating my neighbor.
Yeah.
If I had one. That I hated a lot.
Would you stop fighting with your fiance, you think?
We never fight.
Never fight with your
No.
fiance ever?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
That strikes me as true.
Yeah, what a lucky...
We'll like
Couple.
start to argue and then we're like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
We love each other. We eat a couple of these, bang one out, and we're good to go.
Nice. That's a good way to be.
I think
It's
that's
a
the
great way to be.
That's the way to be.
It's the best way to be.
Which you are now recently engaged, right?
Mhm.
How long were you and Amanda dating before?
We got together in the spring of 2016.
That was a good time, man.
It's just so
Let
funny
me tell you.
to have a mouthful of mochi while we interview.
And then I'm actually going to have another one before. I think 7 years. Because we got together in 2016, we got engaged in 2023.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
So in April, we will have been together for 8 years.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Mhm.
Good for y'all.
Long time.
Great.
Yeah.
Long time. You guys know everything about each other.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Man.
so.
Rough. That's rough. But congratulations.
Why is it
Yeah, why is it
you can't
Yeah,
just
It's
slide
over.
off of that with
No,
a
it's over after
congratulations.
that. 8 years. That's the end. I mean,
Boy, it
that's-
sounds like you've exhausted all avenues. Good for you, though.
Good
That's
for
great.
you guys. I
Yeah.
hope it. No, that's good. It's also interesting to hear that you guys don't fight, because that's very, very rare.
You know, we don't not fight, but we very seldom fight,
that's good.
and it's never anything serious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm. Well, that's good to hear. You guys are a
Do you want to
couple.
know the secret?
The sauce?
Yeah. Do you want to know like how we do it?
Yeah.
You just don't talk about anything. Never communicate, and you'll never fight.
That's good.
How does anything get done in your house?
Yeah, we like sweep and stuff.
Sweep and stuff. That's awesome.
So you eat, sweep,
Pray.
bang one out, pray.
Eat, sweep, pray.
It's written right on the wall, big letters.
That's
Eat,
great.
sweep, pray.
Good for you, buddy. Well, what did you think of the?
Starring Julia Robertas. Anyway.
What did you think of the tasty
I'm glad I didn't
treats?
have the first bomb on the.
Yeah, we're going to need to edit that one out.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep it in my cut. But what did you think of the tasty treats, the Trader Joe's tasty treats?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah, second time I've had mochi. First time I've had mochi was also in this building. And the chocolate was delightful. A little bummed that it's not here again, but it's Tuesday.
Damn, dude.
You
Okay.
gave him the bad chair, no chocolate
I
mochi.
know,
He's having a
dude.
rough go at
Well, so far.
as a guest on this podcast. Well, why don't you pull from our bowl here, our
Okay.
question bowl.
Pull from the bowl.
Pull from the bowl. Pull from the bowl.
This just says hickeys ? I have heard of them.
Have you had any?
I don't think so.
You've never had a hickey?
Not like a prominent one, you know.
Well,
But
They don't
let me tell
stick
you,
around.
I've given a few.
you've
Really?
given hickeys?
Yeah,
that
I
you've
gave
never
one
received?
to Amanda one time right in the middle of her forehead.
Really?
Yeah, she
That's
was
awesome.
pissed. She was really upset. It
That's-
was like a few days of just like a
dot right on
bullseye,
her
right? Yeah.
The girl who kissed.
I made her appropriate Indian culture. Just
Nice.
That's lovely.
yeah.
That I dig a lot. Hickeys?
For 'em?
Never.
You've never had one or given one ever?
No. I don't think so.
I feel like I thought it was going to be a much more prevalent thing. You know what I mean? Because in all the movies, they got the people trying to wear the turtlenecks in the middle of July to cover them up, and I never.
Yeah, it's like hickeys and quicksand just don't appear as much as you thought as a kid. Thought it was going to be dodging piles of quicksand and getting hickeys, but
Both involve sucking.
hey.
And not moving too
Mm.
fast. The struggle of getting out of quicksand is the same as having someone stopping someone from sucking the.
So the truth is
Skin
getting
on
out of
you.
a hickey is the same way. You is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, no, I'm going to say it again.
You say it.
God
You
damn it! I should have given him a better chair.
I've given hickeys. I've received hickeys, and they're disgusting.
Yeah, it's a little juvenile for my taste.
It is. I don't really care for it. My first hickey was from a girl who was making out with me while at the same time on the phone fighting with her boyfriend.
How does that? What? And another thing,
That's exactly what happened. We were watching Friends.
it's like, are you eating mochi? What's going on?
We were watching Friends. We were sitting on the couch. We just started making out. She got a phone call. She's like, "Don't say anything. It's my boyfriend." And I was a young buck and I was getting action, so I didn't really care about the circumstances. But that's
I was
right.
gonna say you're a bad guy.
I know,
Yeah.
Everyone was thinking, "Wow,
You're
what
a
a
villain in
bad
this story.
guy."
Yeah.
I'm a home wrecker, and I love it. It was great. It's
That's
great.
awesome.
Yeah, and that was my first hickey. I went home, and my dad was like, "Oh God."
He's like, you better not have gotten that while cheating with somebody's girlfriend.
First, he wanted to know which guy I was hanging out with, and I didn't get it from them. He was very concerned that I was gay. And not that my guy friends didn't give each other hickeys. I just,
Dad, I was just eating mochi.
You wouldn't get it.
All right, I'm going to pull from this bowl. If tomorrow you got $1 million, what's the first thing you do?
May I?
Yeah.
Eat the rest of that mochi? Yeah, you're the guest in the bad chair. Eat as much mochi as you want.
You see, $1 million, what would I do tomorrow? I would probably, this is going to sound really lame, but I'd probably try to get some financial advice, like hire somebody and figure out what to do. But the next day, hookers and blow like crazy.
So you could give them hickeys on their forehead.
Just to feed him mochi.
Yeah, that's probably what I do.
While they talk to their husbands.
Have you
and
guys
boyfriends on the
ever
phone.
seen? There was like a news segment when the Powerball was like crazy big. It's like $1 billion or something like that. And the lady, the news reporter's talking to this guy at the counter. He's filling out his numbers, and she goes, "What? If you win the money, what are you gonna do?" And he just looks up. Live segment goes up. Hookers and blow for sure. And she's like, "All right, back to." It's legendary.
That is a sentence that I've also heard from my dad.
Hookers and blow.
Yeah, we were on the way.
Hookers and blow, hookers and blow.
That's what I do if I got $1 million. We were on the way to my grandmother's
Okay.
funeral.
All right.
Just Rudolph the Red-Nosed Stripper.
She's got a red nose because Connor gave her a hickey.
I think it's
Fucking
all the blow.
Cornelius.
I think it's for sure all the coke.
But yeah, we were on the way to my grandma's funeral. She passed away suddenly. She had a stroke on the stairs, fell down them.
Damn, man.
But
Jesus.
but she recovered.
Christ.
But
I thought you said you were going to her funeral.
Yeah, she recovered.
This was years later.
Yeah, and then she got into
She died instantly.
She
3
charged.
years
She
later.
charged at some cops
The
with a
next
knife,
day.
and then that was the end of it.
What'd you say?
She charged at
God damn it! You got me again with this one. Death by cop.
death by cop. She
Yeah.
had a stroke on the stairs, but then we rewired her brain, and then she charged at some cops with a knife, and they shot her and killed her.
Is that real?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It
I was going to say, your family's got a lot of stuff with knives and blades going on.
Yeah.
It was just the stroke thing. It was pretty funny when we heard about it. Anyway,
It's pretty funny when I heard
She fell
about
down
it.
the stairs so fast that she slid into cops.
they thought she.
She's reaching for my gun!
Quick, unload all of it.
No. Anyway, so on the way to the funeral, every time you go to a funeral, the conversation of mortality gets brought up.
Every time.
What would you do with your life if tomorrow you only had like 24 hours to live? That's what the conversation was. It wasn't $1 million. It was, what if you had 24 hours to live? And we all said something, normal because you're in a car with your family. And my dad was like, I'd probably get an 8-ball and go get some hookers. And his wife was driving the car at the time. And I thought that was an interesting thing, that if tomorrow he was diagnosed with 24-hour cancer,
Screw all you guys.
He
I'm
would,
gonna have
he would
fun.
leave us, cheat on his wife with a hooker, do a bunch of blow, and then die from cancer.
Deuces.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's how I learned all of my, life skills is from that man. He was my idol growing up. Isn't that interesting?
What?
That guy was my hero when I was growing up. The guy who wanted to get hookers and blow on the way to his mom's funeral.
Tracks.
That tracks. Does that seem like the kind of guy I am?
I mean, not really, but I've only known this version of you. How long you been sober?
7 years.
7 years? About as long as I've been with Amanda.
Wow.
Wow, we'll see which one ends first.
I just pull out a gun today.
I mean, actually, your sobriety wouldn't have ended. You
Yeah,
would've
that would
died
just
sober.
be full commitment to spread. That's if you really want to get sober. I guess you just gotta end it all.
Yeah, you gotta kill yourself for sure.
No chance of a relapse if you're dead.
What would you do if you got $1 million?
I would definitely quit comedy.
Okay.
I would.
All right, we're gonna start a fundraiser. We're looking to raise $1 million for the greater good of comedy shows worldwide, or at least in the greater SoCal area.
Yeah.
And I would quit so fast, and I would just build a gaming basement, and I put a down payment on a house and just game and hang.
I for real was about to say, can I amend mine and say I would just get a sick ass PC and just
yeah, like a whole gaming. Like I would get a house with a basement and make it like just game central, and then that's it. Like truly, that is all I want.
Yeah.
Is to never have to see anybody again if I don't have to.
That's good.
Like I could just invite my pals over and then just oh my God, man, what I'd give. I gotta make some money. I gotta get out of here. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna quit.
What if you make $1 million from comedy? Then what?
Still quit.
You're gonna still quit? It's over then?
As soon as I don't.
that's threshold.
yeah.
$20 at a time. You're getting there.
I feel like if I ever have like a legitimate great career in entertainment, I'll be the guy who does like one tour a year, and that's like the only time people see me.
Yeah.
It's like my dream.
And you do it in Europe?
Yeah. Oh my God, if I could be famous in another country, that
would be
the
cool.
dream.
That would
be
cool.
cool.
You'd be legit famous then.
Oh, that'd be so
You'd be like the cool kind of famous.
Euro
that then,
famous.
Like,
Yeah.
you got because you weren't appreciated in your own country, and then France was like, "We'll take him. We like this guy.
We'll take that guy.
We'll take that guy." They did that with Bill Hicks in London, and he got super famous there. And then America was like, "What were we thinking? He's one of the best. Let's embrace him now."
Who's Bill Hicks?
Exactly.
He's this guy. He had a stroke and fell down the steps. That's pretty much all there is to know about him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to be.
Your grandma is Bill Hicks?
Yeah.
I thought Bill Hicks died because he charged some cops.
No, he got cancer, and then he got some hookers and blow. Bill Hicks is my dad.
All right.
What would I do with $1 million? I'd probably want to buy a house in the near like a lake or something.
I don't think $1 million is gonna do it.
Yeah, I think you need to double
You gotta
that.
aim lower, man. With $1 million, that's not shit.
Damn.
You could get a house in maybe like a pond somewhere.
How about I get a house in like North Dakota, and and then I do the same thing you guys do. I just never leave my house. I wouldn't set up a whole gaming thing though. I just want a place where I can want to buy a bunch of toys and then just fucking rip around on a lake somewhere.
That sounds awesome.
Sea-doos
That does
and
good, yeah.
and a boat and just be obnoxious.
I love boats, dude.
I love boats.
I'm becoming more and more obsessed with boats. Like, I want a goddamn fucking boat.
I want a boat. I want a boat. I want a big boat.
I want to fish, man. I'm like,
You guys ever been fishing?
yeah, it's
I've
great.
been fishing.
I love
I don't
fishing.
really like fishing.
Have you been deep sea fishing in San Diego?
I've never
Not
been
here,
deep- no.
It's like $75 and they just take you out pretty deep and you get some pretty sweet fish. We
That's
should
pretty.
do that.
You guys want to just go fish right now?
That sounds awesome.
Shut this down. Bring some mochi with us for the captain. A little tip.
Yeah.
Little mochi. I think we ate all the mochi.
Give up on comedy. We all just quit.
Well, we haven't made $1 million yet.
Not even close.
You're right. I need to.
How close do you think you are to $1 million?
I'm closer to 0.
I'm about $1 million off.
I'm about I am more than that. I am in debt
We're going backwards.
by a lot.
These microphones almost put me out of this living room.
No, like when I think about just like my car and stuff, you
Yeah.
know, and other just debts, I'm like, wow, I actually have no money.
I
actually owe more money than I own.
You ever think like we talk?
Sometimes, yeah.
I talk about this all the time with people. When I first started comedy, it's like if you thought about all of the things stacked against you to try and make it in this business, you wouldn't do it. Like if you actually put it all together, like on a list, you would the cons outweigh the pros, and you probably wouldn't do it. So you just don't try to think about it. If you do the same thing with life, it's the same concept. There are way more cons. Anyway, this episode is brought to you by Suicide Prevention.
I think this. I think about like in regards to comedy.
Sorry, what was that?
I think it's like what bums me out. I feel the same way about music. Is so many people wouldn't do it if they would never make it, and I feel like that's always the thing where I'm like, well, then you just shouldn't do it in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like people who live close to the beach who never
Why
go
you
to the
pointing at me?
beach.
Don't start doing music.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, definitely not.
Yeah, seriously. Is all you want is to be famous. And
It's true.
I just feel like it's like, you know, like you said, it's like the odds are they're stacked against everybody pretty equally.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like if you don't even fuck with it that much, just like go fuck off. Like go like, you know, get a job working for some boss, you know, which is what I want to do.
You want to get a boss?
Man, I'd love to find a boss, man.
Are you in a position to hire somebody? And
Not
be their
anymore.
boss?
No, I quit my well-paying job and then got rehired for a less well-paying job with no responsibilities.
But you got a boss.
I got a boss. I got a boss's boss. I'm at the bottom of the corporate ladder.
Isn't that
Damn.
nice?
It is and it isn't because I make $0, but
No
nobody breathing down my neck.
Yeah.
Part of the show is brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. We have a 40% sale that ended yesterday. Sorry you missed it.
And by the time this podcast comes out, it would have been 2 weeks ago. So
It was
really
a while
missed it.
ago. Get on the email list.
All right, here we go.
You guys fuck with pinball machines real quick?
I love pinball.
Because
machines.
that's one thing that if I ever like have money, that's a non-negotiable for me. Is I gotta have a pinball machine.
Dude, that's sick.
I want a jump shot.
Oh, like the pop shot
movable
thing?
net pop shot, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I like
These are
that.
great, like arcade games.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would like an arcade room. That would be
Yes,
That's
dude.
a
Mortal
game.
Kombat 2.
Yeah, come
cool.
on.
I would love to have that.
Yeah.
Dance Dance Revolution.
I just
have
want a
bunch of
Dave and
people
Buster's in
stomping
my
around.
basement.
Yeah.
If somebody asked me if they were like, "Hey, we'll have you do this show. We'll give you a Mortal Kombat 2 machine. It's in perfect condition, but you can never do stand up again," I would consider it.
Mm-hmm.
For
man.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because Mortal Kombat 2 is one. I'm sorry.
If you could take a crack at remaking either the Star Wars prequels or sequels, which one and why? It's a great question.
Sequels, I have no emotional connection to the sequels. The prequels, I really loved as a kid. I actually had a Star Wars Phantom Menace?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Little tabletop pinball machine.
Yeah.
That
Hell
was
yeah.
so sick. And I love the prequels. I mean, people bag on them all the time, but they're fun. And the sequels I saw in theaters as an adult, and I was just like, what is
I've loved all the prequels when I was a kid too. When you rewatch them, they make no sense, and they're not. I don't hate them as much as I did when I got older and started realizing that you can hate these movies, that they're hateable. Until you get to the sequels, and those are just, I think, the worst. They are the worst of the 9 fucking Skywalker saga horse shit. It's bad.
It's terrible.
They just had no idea what they were doing, and you're right. I would remake the sequels. I would even go so far as to remake all of them and get rid of that fucking Force Awakens one too. Like, get rid of it all. Remake the whole thing.
What's funny is there's a large population of people who think that The Last Jedi is of the best of the Star Wars
That is
films.
insane.
Is that the one where Luke comes back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoilers. But
That's the one where like they have that battle on like the Scarif like salt planet.
Terrible.
Is that the one where the lady like just crashes?
Yeah.
Oh my god, no, that was awful.
Terrible, right? And Leia gets like blasted into space.
Yeah.
And, like, it's so
Then
bad.
Mary
dude.
Poppins her way back in.
It's crazy.
Why didn't she just die? Why didn't you kill her then? You know?
Yeah.
Why
No.
put them both in a situation where they're going to die and then have her live and then have Luke die from being sleepy?
What's crazy from being super sleepy? What's crazy?
Come on,
That's what it is. He's
like,
sleep. He got tired. He got
So many
sleepy.
Jedis have died from sleep, dude. Yoda just like, I gotta take a nap.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Rest.
Qui-Gon was also sleeping on Darth Maul. You can't just. He just went right into that. He just
He
raised
really did
his
kind of
arms.
die by sleep.
Yeah, he was just kind of. What are you doing? You're the LeBron James of this battle, and you're just gonna put your arms up and not protect your midsection.
Oh man.
You know he's fucking with a double wielded lightsaber, and you just go in no blocking. You got no blocking.
So here's the deal, though, and this is why the
No
right
blocking.
answer is
No blocking.
the sequels are the worst.
because the prequels had to be made. The making of Darth Vader was like a question that everyone had, and that was basically the reason for it. They didn't do a great job, but also it's like if you cut out, let's look at Phantom Menace. If you cut out Jar Jar Binks, that legitimately makes the majority of the adults who watch that movie like it a little bit more. If you took out half of the pod racing, also better. The pod racing takes
Hold
up
up.
like 45
Pod racing's
minutes.
pretty cool though.
But
the sound of
it-
those engines.
Oh, don't get me wrong. There's a lot
That's
of coolness
fucking
to it
cool.
in like all the pod racing
No, it's
merchandise.
all coolness.
And when I was little,
The
You're
N64 game, the Nintendo.
that's what I'm saying. So good.
Yeah, all right.
You're talking about
okay.
the booth up
Okay.
pod race.
As long as we all right.
But when you watch as an adult, you're like blown away at how long they're on Tatooine. If I have to
God,
end up
you're
on
right.
Tatooine again or another desert planet, like the fact that we ended up on Jakku, I'm like, are you kidding me? Tatooine 2? Like,
Do you know what would have been so
Like,
sick
what the
in The Force Awakens when they went to blow up planets? If they blew up Tatooine.
Oh man, that'd be great.
If they just got rid of it and that the second, third, fourth Death Star or whatever that was happening in The Force Awakens, where it just goes and it kills all those planets. What if instead of killing all those planets, they just fucking shot down and destroyed Tatooine because they're looking for Luke Skywalker, blow up his home,
for sure.
take out his home.
Also, like,
I wanna-
I just hate that like the Mandalorian is now like kind of based
I'm
on
just imagining them
Tatooine.
calling like his uncle, and he's like, "No, he's not here." And they're like, "Yeah, right."
And Peru.
Uncle Owen.
Oh, Uncle Ben's from Spider-Man, but yeah, you know what I was talking about.
I mean, I guess so.
Is
If you
which
wanna
one gets
switch-
which
if-
one gets burnt up on Tatooine?
Yeah, Uncle Owen.
Uncle Owen and Aunt Peru.
Well, who's Uncle Ben?
That's
That was
Ben Kenobi.
Old Ben.
Old Ben Kenobi.
Oh, that's right.
Do you
Okay.
think he means old
Obi-
Ben Kenobi?
Looking for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Do you think that maybe?
He's talking about Uncle Ben from New York.
Oh, Ben.
When I saw whatever the seventh one was, the first one with Ray, I was at the movie. It's a good place to watch it. Is at the movie theaters, and when those little like animal things came hopping out, I looked over at him and I was like, "Well, there's your plush sales." And on the way out, they had them for sale at the movie theater.
Merchandise,
Crazy.
man. Merchandise.
Star Wars has always been like that, though. Like even with the prequels, I had a lot of those toys.
Well, that was why people hated. It started with Return of the Jedi. That was like with the Ewoks. That was like the whole thing. That was when people started hating Star Wars then, and I didn't understand this until I got older and like have watched like documentaries about like the hatred of Star Wars, and it's because all of a sudden you come off the heels of Empire Strikes Back, like still one of the coolest sci-fi movies like of all time, and then it's just really Return of the Jedi is the first part is the coolest shit. The storming of Jabba's palace and like escaping that and blowing it all up. It was fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, it was great.
Like Odo Adi, and he's like, "Who are you? Where are you? Mon Soul, I'm drugged up." You know, that's so cool.
I love you. Someone who loves you.
Yeah, and he's like, "I can't see."
Can't see. Shut up, Leia.
Just
I can't fucking see, Leia. Shut up. Where are we?
and the little like rat that's like,
Also, the thing that annoys me so much about that opening scene when she comes in and she's like, and then he comes out and he's like, huh, where am I? It would behoove all of them to be like, behoove. Why don't we talk a little quieter? Let's
inside voice?
Because I'm trying to rescue you from Jabba's palace. If I get this done, then Luke doesn't have to come in with his multi-layered chess plan to take out Jabba. So why don't we calm the fuck down? And then Harrison Ford was like, "What?"
Also,
My hearing's not so good since the plane wreck. Which one? Well, yes, there have been several.
Also, the fact that they were just waiting in the back like a surprise party.
I know.
Crazy.
Just what were you all doing? All of you, what were you all doing? Yeah, no, but I do think I've watched The Last Jedi, I think 4 times. Every time I watch it, I hate it more and more. It's not one of those ones where it is a movie that took they took their time trying to make this movie good. You could tell that they Rian Johnson and all parties involved, like the sets and the choreography with the fighting and the story, what they wanted to do with it seemed like they have an idea in mind to move and progress Star Wars past the lineage of just Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi and all that, and bring it into new territory. But it's just so convoluted. It's so, and it is, even though Rise of Skywalker is incomprehensible, it's one of the most just jumbled together ideas mushed together into a mochi ball of nonsense.
Man.
Don't do mochi like that.
Yeah, dude. Mochi could never be that bad.
Mochi didn't
You
do
talk
anything.
shit on the two-state solution. No. I won't stand for that.
That's what I hate. I could watch The Rise of Skywalker and laugh, and just laugh and laugh and laugh at all of the dumb choices.
Yeah.
They tried to correct even like on the smallest scale of Kylo Ren fixing his own helmet. He just decides to fix. It's like a whole big character arc for him to realize, like, I don't need to be Vader. I'm Kylo Ren. I'm the main bad guy. No, let me fix my helmet real quick. He just fixes it. Just even that small little detail, like, oh, you guys don't care.
Well, they just didn't. They just didn't know how they were going to end it. They didn't have a point. It's so bad. It's just so bad. But I will say, Rise of Skywalker is, like you said, it's laugh out loud funny bad. Last Jedi isn't funny bad.
It's not funny,
but also has some like the scene in like the throne room on the big ship with the red guards. That fight scene is like one of the coolest fight scenes in Star Wars.
Yeah.
But then Snoke dies so quickly, and then like you want an explanation that's good, and the explanation that we get is laugh out loud funny because it still isn't an like what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Anyway, I just think what's even more interesting to me is at the same time they're making these terrible blockbuster films, they also put out like Rogue One, which was like fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Like a cool Star Wars movie. But all in all, man, the sequels are like, I wish they didn't exist. They don't feel like canon to me.
Yeah.
They're that bad. It feels like fan fiction.
It feels like the last few seasons of Game of Thrones where you're like, oh, this is, if I don't watch this, the show's still good to me.
Yes. Yeah.
So if I just don't watch 6, 7, 8, I'm good. I'm fine.
Even
And the
like
show's
if you
still
just
good.
didn't do the finale, you could still have a good time. Or like, I guess the last season you could have just done without. But
Almost like exclusively the last 2 seasons. God. Ed Sheeran just showing up randomly to sing a song, and you're like, is that Ed Sheeran? He just pulls you right out.
yeah.
Dude,
What
like
the
Ed
fuck
Sheeran's
was
in this?
that?
Fucking what?
You watched that shit?
The only one I've only seen the last season.
Holy shit!
I'm not even kidding you.
That's so funny.
That's great.
Because I was never into it, and then when Amanda and I got together, she was into it, and some of my roommates were, and they would play. It was like fantasy football, but with the characters. So they each had characters, and like a kill was worth X amount of points. So it was like some fantasy draft thing. And then I think that must have been season 7 ending, and then season 8 started, and everybody was fucking hyped. So I was like excited because I was like, yeah, I'm a part of this. I got friends who are into something, and I'm into it too. And everybody was like, this is dog shit. I was like, yeah, yeah, worst thing I've ever seen. I don't know. I read the books, liked the books.
Dude,
That's crazy. That's truly crazy.
You guys don't think I can read?
Yeah, I can't.
That's what we're
It's not
upset
that
about.
crazy.
Listen to me,
You just
guys.
look at the page.
You have to buy one and take care of it. Which one do you buy? A koala bear who might give you chlamydia, or a tarantula that jumps at you?
Koala. Done.
But you could get chlamydia from this koala.
I'm not fucking the koala.
But you don't know how you're going to get chlamydia
They
from
can
the
just
koala.
scratch you.
Scratch and get chlamydia, bro.
Really?
You can get chlamydia on your face.
Well, I would take my $1 million and I'd buy like plate mail, and then cuddle up with the koala. No chance of scratches, and I look badass.
That's a good idea.
Imagine if I was sitting here in plate mail right now.
That would
You know
be
how much
cool.
cooler it would
Holding
be?
a koala?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be the coolest guest this show's ever seen.
Plate mail is like the stuff that Frodo had on underneath the cloak.
I think that's chain mail.
Chainmail. What's
Plate mail is like more solid, like a
Like actual like knight armor.
like
Sick.
a plate. I want plate armor, but it's just actual plates, just like strung together.
You're just hearing a lot of clanking.
Porcelain.
Just got back from Goodwill.
Clearly. Connor's home. Clearly.
That's so funny.
How was ceramics?
Go
Sam?
see your dad. It's just the little koala comes up to you. Chewing on bamboo. I hear
I think
koalas
it's
are
eucalyptus.
Yeah, the eucalyptus.
Oh, I'm thinking of pandas.
well,
Yeah.
actually,
Pandas eat bamboo.
yes, but koalas eat eucalyptus, and the reason why they're like people can hold them is because the eucalyptus like gets them high as
Yeah.
shit. So the only time they get fucking aggressive is when they're not high in eucalyptus. They're demons.
Oh, yeah.
But they eat the eucalyptus, and then they just like, and then you can just pick them up, and they're just like, and then when they're off of it, they're fucking nuts because they're like withdrawing and shit. Isn't that so funny? They're little drug addicts.
That's
That
great.
is pretty cool.
That's great. Yeah, no. Well, and then also, yeah, I guess you can add that part to it. If you don't have enough eucalyptus, you could have a rabid chlamydia-esque scratching koala bear coming at you. Whereas a tarantula...
It
the
said on the
tarantula-
note that it just jumps at you.
Yeah, all the time.
I can't.
It's
I could
loose
imagine
in your house
feeling.
and it's always jumping at you.
I don't
could've-
want that.
Yeah, no.
I honestly would rather battle the STD, little bear, than having.
Yeah, you go to the pharmacy every once in a while, it'll clear up.
Every time you have to keep going back. The koala got loose. I forgot to put on my plate mail.
I ran out of eucalyptus.
Listen, Doc, it's not what it seems like, okay?
I'm not fucking the koala. I should have taken the tarantula, but we're here. I got to make it
What are you
work.
talking about? Tarantula?
But he
What's all the
jumped it.
armor about? You're safe here.
Why are you dressed like a knight?
Have a seat. I would if I could.
Can you just your mask keeps falling down every time you go to talk? You're like, can you just give me the? Can you just give me my prescription, please?
Give it to me straight, Doc.
You have chlamydia every time you come in here. Test
You
always positive.
literally always have chlamydia. You should have got the tarantula. By the end, he's like, dude, it was an easy question. Anyway. All right. Pretend to smoke weed and pass it back and forth for the remainder of the podcast.
Do you guys have a lighter?
Yeah.
This is the worst bit of all time.
This is not the worst bit, and you know it.
I could have my
All right. Ew.
Do you have another lighter? This one is out.
Here, I got a Bic. There
Thank
go.
you. Thank you. Oh, your sobriety. Yeah, dude, if you want to hog it, that's fine.
Throw away
I
like
paid good imaginary money for that, dude.
a whole joint. Stomp it out.
Drugs are
dude.
bad.
That was my favorite thing that's happened on the show ever.
I literally dare you guys the next time we are in a place where there's a joint being passed around, just as soon as you're done eating it, just stomp it out.
I've had people do that where it's like there's still some left, and they will just like put it. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah.
And they're like, well, it was done. I was like, for you?
Yeah.
Like I could have hit that again.
You ever heard of roaches? Stupid. Give me that back.
No, it's insane. I have a friend who will get like there's like that much like green weed, and you're just like, what are you doing, dude? Why are you throwing that thing out?
They just don't know how to do it. They char the bowl a little bit, and then they're just like, oh, that's clearly done. It's just this huge nug with a little bit of burn on it.
Dude, when I first went to buy drugs in Nashville, because I by the time I was smoking weed, in California it was like legal, or you could get like a Medicaid card. It was like really easy to get weed all growing up. But when I was in Nashville, it's still illegal in Tennessee, and I had to like ask my friends who their drug dealer was, and did I say drug addict? Doesn't matter.
No, dealer.
And I had never smoked out of a bong before, and when I got there, I like bought the weed, and then I also bought LSD, which I'm not that guy, but I was like, I'm buying drugs, and I was like pretty nervous in general because of my first like.
You just went Harry Potter one route. You're like, I'll take the lot.
yeah, exactly. Anything from the trolley. Yeah. But he like kept passing me the bong to rip it while I was like buying, and I didn't know how to do it, so I kept like trying to.
No.
Dude,
so the smoke's just billowing inside.
No,
of
I
it.
like couldn't even light it. Like I couldn't even get, because you have to like breathe in while you're lighting it to like get anything to happen, and I like couldn't figure it out.
That's even.
And
funnier.
I kept like just passing it back to him, and he was just like, look at me, kind of funny, rip it, and then pass it back to me. He did it like 3 times, and I was like, dude, and I was like too embarrassed to like tell him I didn't know how to do it.
He just goes, "Watch me, okay?" And then you do it the same way you've been doing it. And he's like, "All right, legally, you have to tell me if you're a cop."
Yeah, no, honestly, legally, it was so embarrassing.
Give me my shit back.
I'm not gonna sell you drugs that I have.
Here's
on
your
me.
money. Get lost.
It's
not
funny
gonna
that he
catch
did
me.
it multiple times.
That's
like,
what I'm
he could
saying.
have just been like, all right, listen, like this is how you do it, or even just made fun of you would have been better. than just letting
Anything
you
other
do it.
than like just like watching me fail miserably and
So
just,
funny.
I know.
That's great.
I like it would have been less embarrassing to ask though, but your pride just dictated that. No, I'm gonna
Dude, I
figure
was
it
like,
out.
it wasn't even that. I was like nervous being there.
Oh,
Like I
yeah.
had like a nervous energy about myself because it was like I was like, I'm buying drugs.
Yeah, and everybody in that house is like, "Can somebody get this fucking mustachioed dummy?"
Oh,
out
it
of
was
our
before
house?
a mustache. It
He's
was
like,
like it was before I was cool in any way. Because I'm cool now.
You are cool.
It's
You're
fine,
cool
man.
as shit. Yeah.
Can you smoke a bong now?
Yeah, I can smoke a bong now.
You swear?
Dude, I can smoke a bong while doing a kickflip.
There you go. Well, here's
How do you
one.
kickflip a bong?
Uh-oh.
Here's a bong.
Anyone
That's
got a
not how you
lighter?
hold it.
You go.
Yeah, sweet.
Food that everyone loves and you can't stand.
Food that everyone loves that you can't stand.
Shrimp cocktail. Fuck that shit.
You like shrimp?
Fuck that shrimp. Yeah, dude.
Fuck that
Fuck
shrimp.
I'm not into shrimp cocktails. It's disgusting to me.
I'm hard pressed to think of a food that I don't like.
I know. I
To
love.
be honest with you, I
pretty
love
much
to
anything.
eat. I'm not picky like at all. I like to eat anything.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I'm picky, but like, fuck shrimp. But like, you guys eat mushrooms. You eat
Yeah.
shrimp.
Oh yeah,
You eat raw mushrooms.
sure.
I love pineapple on my pizza.
Who doesn't?
A lot of people.
I think they're the minority. They're just really loud. They're
They
like a
are.
loud
They're
minority.
just so, and they're so cunty about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't belong on pizza.
No,
Well,
that's
it's
the
been
original
around
two-state solution.
forever.
yeah, dude, that is the original two-state
It's
solution.
salty and
100%.
sweet. I love get rid of the ham because it's too much sweet
Well,
for me.
you're
I put
okay.
pepperoni.
Don't
can
remove
I,
the ham.
Wait, just
Okay.
can I?
Okay,
Can I say
you can.
my piece?
It's your
before?
show.
It
It's
should
your
be
show.
bacon.
Yeah.
It should be bacon. In
You have
mine.
a salty, more salty meat juxtaposed with your sweet pineapple. It's just that much better. I love it. I love it. And I don't understand people who don't love it.
You guys definitely have a food that you don't like.
I
There's
know.
something that comes out. Nuts. We talked about this.
I hate peanuts. Hate 'em.
What?
Hate peanuts.
Never been to a baseball game?
I've been to every year of my life. I go to baseball games all the time. I love them to death. The thing I hate the most is people munching. I don't like peanuts. I don't mind them in stuff, but I don't like a handful of fucking salty peanuts. I don't care what you do to them.
What about a honey roasted?
Exactly. I was just going to say, oh, what if they're honey roasted? Same. Boo. Fuck you.
I bet there's gotta be.
I've never heard such a strong opinion about peanuts.
I hate them. I will never, ever concede. This is where this is the war. Remember how we said there was no
That's
conflict?
so interesting to me that you
This is it.
you hate peanuts and you look so much like Charlie Brown.
You do look like Charlie Brown, like a sober adult Charlie Brown.
I like to eat the nuts.
I like peanuts.
They're so good in any style. Why don't we have some now? Kane Holloway hates the nuts. I don't get why he hates the nuts. They're so good in any form. Let's not discuss Brazil nuts.
Macadamia. Cashews and pecans. He doesn't.
What about a
want
pistachio?
anyone.
I like a pistachio.
All right.
I'm not. It's not all nuts. I dig an almond.
Not all nuts.
Not all nuts.
And
But
you can't hate mac nuts, dude. Those things rule.
macadamia nuts are the shit.
Love a macadamia.
I love them in cookies. Oh,
And chocolate, like a chocolate.
I love peanut butter.
Love peanut butter.
I will literally fuck a jar of peanut butter. Literally.
That's insane.
I'll stick my dick in the jar, fuck it,
Just
cum
put
in it, then put a spoon in it and eat it. I don't care.
Put it back in the cupboard.
If it's crunchy, get at it.
That's crazy. Yeah.
it's
No,
too
there's-
close to the actual peanut.
There's gotta be. Yeah, that's true.
It is. It's too close. I don't like it.
It's like transitioning. But you don't like there's gotta be a food you don't like.
Come on, Connor.
You can start cranking out some foods. I'll be like, yeah, I like that. I don't know.
Tomatoes,
Love them.
onions,
Sure.
olives,
Like it. Black or green.
jalapeno.
Love it.
Yeah, you can't hate those, dude.
I love
Way
jalapeno.
too
You're
good.
yeah, that okay, you're naming good foods. But okay, one thing that I didn't like as a
That's the
kid was
point.
goulash. You ever had goulash?
No, what the hell is that?
Well, yeah, no. Explain goulash.
It's like like macaroni noodles cooked with like beef and stuff and
oh
some
yeah, I've had
vegetables and
goulash.
stuff.
Goulash is
But
good.
I didn't like it as a kid, but I bet now I probably do
I like
Yeah.
because I like all the things that are in it.
I didn't used to like eggplant parm and stuff. I was like, fuck that noise,
no.
dude. Get out of here. I love it now. Baba Ganoosh. It's like
Baba
my favorite
Ganoosh.
thing.
It's a friend of mine.
Robert Ganoosh.
Robbie Ganoosh, you know?
You know Bobby?
I don't. Do you know Bobby Ganoosh? He's
Bobby
the Bobby
G.
Ganoosh.
You're the Baba
Have you guys ever had
Ganoosh.
Korean? Have you guys ever had Korean barbecue?
Oh,
Love
yeah.
Korean bar.
I never had that until I moved out here. Oh
Mhm.
my god,
It
So
rules.
good, man.
changed my life.
It's so good. Bulgogi is just it's just
bulgogi.
unbelievable. There's a good Korean barbecue place down near you, like over in Convoy. You guys ever go over there?
Teguki, TGG. Right up. All right, chill.
insane,
That's
dude.
the name of the restaurant.
Whoa,
Relax,
Connor.
dude.
T-A-E-G. All right.
Lord
We're gonna need a two-state
Jesus.
solution for
Yeah.
this one.
Edit that out.
We're gonna have to call Bobby Ganoosh. He takes care of these things.
Coming down to Bobby. Did you say something racist? On a
Come to
po-
Bobby Ganoosh.
But it was just a Korean
That's
restaurant. Coming down to Bobby Ganoosh's.
With no tay, it's racist. With the tay on there, it's not.
Anyway, yeah. So you're gonna need to call Bobby Ganoosh
Yeah.
after this.
Bobby Ganoosh. He takes care of. He's the Ghostbuster for racism.
He just vacuums the racism out of your mouth.
God, there's a lot of peanuts in here.
Just slurs and stuff are just coming out.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
All right. What do
Well,
we got here?
This
What's
is the
this
last
question?
one. We got dream date.
My
I don't know.
dream date.
Probably Kane's mom.
Oh, dude.
Dude, she died of a stroke.
Yeah, she fucking fought a bunch of
I thought that was
guys.
his grandma.
No, my mom. It was my mom's funeral.
Oh.
Do
See,
you
now it's
remember
not
the start
funny.
of the episode.
Really thought it was your grandma this whole time.
His
Yeah.
mom charged the cops.
And got killed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, how's your grandma doing?
She fell down the stairs.
Okay.
Anyway, what's your dream date, Jake?
I don't really care what we do, but with anyone other than my girlfriend. Just kidding.
Wait, what would you? What would be your dream date with me?
With from the world of people to choose from.
Hypothetically
Hypothetically, if I were to go, I don't know, Jake, I know you're free Friday, but you want to go on a date?
Well, I'm not gonna do that.
What?
Because I'm busy. No, I think we did it last night. Elise took me for my birthday to an Italian restaurant, and I just drank a bunch of wine and ate pasta. I was like, it's unbelievable.
King shit.
Yeah, it's king shit. Which is
It was your birthday?
on Friday.
This Friday?
This past Friday, yeah.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe next year.
I wish you happy birthday next year.
Yeah,
If I remember
maybe
to do
next
it.
time.
My
Yeah.
dream date starts around noon. We go to Balboa Park. Belmont Park. Ride the roller coaster.
Ooh.
Then we go and get a slice of pizza, movie, go see a movie, in and out, then sex.
Heard of it.
And then I just
then
God
out.
of War the rest of the night. I just get on that God of War and I save.
I'm just by myself. the
Just,
rest
and
of the
then you go to your room and I'll stay in the living room and I'll God of
You
War.
go to your room, I'll go to my room in our house.
in our home, and I'll just God of War. I'll save the Norse mythology. I'll save the whole land, the 9 realms. I'll raise my son to be a better god than I am.
boy.
What about you?
And that's not racist. You guys can just shout "boy," and I can't say the name of a restaurant.
Yeah, quit talking over there, gabba or whatever.
Yeah, Bobby Ganoosh, the racism saver. Why don't you figure out what your dream date is, and then we'll get to Freak of the Week.
Freak. I'd say, like, at one point this summer, Amanda and I went. We got up early. We went surfing. It was like a beautiful sunny day. Got done surfing, strapped all the boards up, and walked down and got some breakfast sandwiches and acai bowls and iced coffee, and just like sat on the sidewalk and watched the day go by. That was nice.
That sounds great.
That
man.
is great.
That's that was just the morning.
Whoa, what the heck?
A few hate crimes in the afternoon, and
Then I got a call in the afternoon that my mom had a stroke on a staircase in a police precinct.
Caused by the police.
don't reach.
She's
charging. Some say she was reaching for help. I disagree.
And I'm her son. Hello, welcome to Baba Ganoosh.
Has this ever happened to you?
You ever just been stroking out on the steps?
Let's get let's get to our Freak of the Week. Jake, do you have a theme song? Do you want to spit out right now, or do you want to use an old theme song?
We don't have a guitar down here, so we're going to use the old one.
Do you want to spit out a improv song right now about Freak of the Week?
It's the freak of the week. Da-dum, ba-dum, da-dum. It's the freak of the week. Da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. It's the freak of the week. Ba-dum, ba-dum.
The Freak of the Week. Da-da-da-dum.
He's the
He's the freak.
Freak of the week. He's the freak.
What a freak!
Welcome
Of
to
the
Freak of the Week. This is a part of the show where we fucking freak out over some freaks of the week. Or geek. What have you geeking out about this week?
Well, I haven't seen it yet.
I know. I was going to say this.
I haven't seen it yet. But this is what we should talk about. But I cannot wait to see Madam Web.
Yeah.
Because it has to be the worst movie of all time.
Mm-hmm. I'm freaking out.
13% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is just perfect bad. That has to be so fucking bad.
Sony Marvel movies are the worst, and I'll rank them right now.
That's a lot of list.
It goes, Morbius is the worst. So I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up. Morbius is the worst because I've seen Morbius, and I was so excited to see it because when you see Jared Leto and he's super skinny. Then he gets bitten by a bat, and then he's super hulky and hunked out and not vampire-like at all. And then you just see him be a vampire for like the last 10 minutes of the movie. You're like, this is going to be garbage. I can't wait. I was so excited. It was so bad. It was boring at points, which was upsetting because I thought it was going to be like The Room. But Morbius, garbage, bottom of the barrel. And I think Madam Web is going to beat it. And
It seems like it's as bad.
Take it.
It's like no one saw Morbius. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
People are seeing Madam Web.
Yeah.
That's what makes this fun. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of a phenomenon that like everyone, because those are like big named women actresses currently.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney Sweeney is a big name in Hollywood
big
right now.
name.
Yeah, it's two massive names.
Giant names.
Sydney Sweeney. She's got 2 names, and they're huge.
She just has the largest pair of Led Zeppelins I've ever seen. Those things are ripping back and forth solos, like AC and DC, you know what I'm saying?
You know my favorite.
AC and double DC.
Dude, my favorite euphemism for boobs is buckets.
That is good.
I remember I saw it on Facebook one time a couple of years in a comment section. Some guy just comments, "That's a nice pair of buckets."
Dude,
I
buckets.
I think
It's
that's
so
the
great.
funniest
You're
thing.
right.
There's nothing
Buckets.
sexual about a bucket.
There's not- But sometimes buckets are heavy, and I love a good heavy bucket.
Yeah, a couple Ziplocs.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, dude.
What goes right after? What's the second shittiest movie in the Sony Marvel Cinematic Universe? Venom 2. Because
Yeah.
it's 90 minutes. It's so short, you forget, because movies are so long now, that when it was close to over, when Venom and Carnage were fighting, I was like, oh shit, is it almost over? And then it just ended. It just was, and I'm like, that was
like a
the
TV show.
shortest. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
a TV show. It was the shortest movie ever.
But also, they did the Spider-Verse. Sony and Marvel.
Those movies rule.
Like, the best movies.
Oh,
So good.
yeah.
My
Those
favorite
movies are
Spider-Man
great.
movies.
Oh.
I hadn't seen the first one until I think like late last year, like on a flight, and I was blown away.
Dude.
I saw the second one on a flight, and I wish I had seen it in the theaters.
Right? It's
I was
mind-blowing.
crying. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Yes, me too.
It is the most beautiful film. Yeah.
It is. Both of them are
They're
incredible.
perfect, yeah.
Then it goes Venom, and then it goes the part in Morbius where Michael Keaton shows up randomly to be like, "We should start the Sinister Six," and Spider-Man's in this universe, and then of course the Into the Spider-Verse movies, which will soon be a trilogy.
But also, Homecoming and stuff is technically Sony.
Those are technically Sony.
But they're
I've only
MCU.
seen the last one of those with
Far From Home or whatever.
yeah, where they do them. It's like all fan service. The whole
Yeah.
movie.
Honestly,
that movie is all
good.
fan service,
But
but
it was
good.
enjoyable. It was
Yeah.
an enjoyable movie because you got like I'm something of a scientist myself. I was like, it's
Plus, you can't beat Willem Dafoe. You just can't beat him. My freak of the week, though, is also connected to Madam Web, but it's the guy who got ousted from the movie theater for jerking off to Sydney Sweeney's buckets.
rest in peace, Pee Wee Herman.
Just watch Euphoria and jerk off in your own house. You know? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Stop
Yeah.
being fucking weird.
That's a bummer.
That is a bummer. But he's the freak of the week for that. Do you have a freak of the week? Or are you geeking out about
I guess
something?
I'm misunderstanding what the segment was about. Oh, so that
But
guy
I want you
is
to
the
answer
freak.
it how you
What do
it
you
can be-
interpret?
It can be
Well, I
any-
thought you guys were gonna like pull up like a PowerPoint slideshow and be like, "This asshole in the Kroger parking lot did this and that." But
Sometimes that's what it is, yeah.
okay,
Sometimes it's what happened in your life, but him and I have been talking about Madam Web for like 4 weeks straight now. We're very excited
We're
about
very
it.
excited to see this shit show, but it's more like it's anything that's just like you see it and you're like, God, what a freak! Which like Madam Web, the film is now the freak.
freak. Okay. Can I defer for now, and then you can do yours?
Yeah. Well, mine is the film Madam Web.
Mhm.
Just
Never
in
heard of it.
general.
Oh, my
Who's
freak,
in it?
my also freak of the week, or mostly I'm geeking out. My other freak of the week that is still Madam Web themed is Dakota Johnson
Yes.
and the press tour she's going
Yes.
on, talking shit not only
That's
about
what I was gonna bring up.
the movie,
It's crazy.
but also just like not knowing anything about Spider-Man, not
No.
knowing about the Tom Holland movies.
But also, Madam Web has nothing to do with Spider-Man.
And it should. It's directly correlated to Spider-Man. Without Spider-Man, there is no Madam Web, and vice versa.
Oh, it's
You
so
need
weird.
him.
Well, it's also funny because she like bailed on the movie itself too. Like during the press tour, you could tell she was like she hated the movie.
Yeah.
They would ask her questions. She was like just wanted to get it over with, like this movie coming out. Imagine that's what I'm saying. Like these actresses aren't like Sydney Sweeney and Dakota. What's her name?
Johnson.
Dakota Johnson. They're like decent, like young, rising, actresses in Hollywood who like Sydney Sweeney has another blockbuster film in theaters currently.
Oh yeah,
Anyone But You.
with
With Glenn Powell.
yeah.
And then Dakota Johnson, famous for 50 Shades of Grey,
Mm-hmm.
Peanut Butter Falcon, fucking incredible movie.
Mhm.
Like a legitimate actress is in this dog shit.
I know.
It's so fun to see her just be like, I fucking hate this. It's like she's on a corporate gig and just phoning it in.
Dude,
It's
she's great.
awesome.
It makes me love. There is like double standards in Hollywood where like an actor will say the same thing an actress will say, but the guy gets less heat for it. Like if they say shit like, they're like, "What did you think of the movie? Like, what's your character?" and blah blah blah, and they'll be like, "I don't really know. It's a job." And if a guy says it, people are like, yeah, that's cool. He's just a working stiff. But if a girl says it, then they're like, oh, what a bitch. Like she doesn't, she doesn't love what she does. She doesn't embrace it. She doesn't want to do the research. Like there's a double standard. And in this case, it's working in Dakota Johnson's favor.
Definitely.
Dude, her being slightly miserable, the way Harrison Ford is when you bring up anything related to Star Wars,
Yeah.
it's so great. It makes me love her more. It makes me just want to embrace every movie she's ever going to be in forever. I hope she gets more work because she's the shit.
Yeah,
she's
and
legit.
It's a bummer for those young actresses too, because that could have been a cool franchise, and they just got wrecked.
Yeah.
by a terrible movie.
I
All right, who's
agree.
your freak?
All right, not any one specific person, but so working at a paint store, a lot of times people just come in with dogs, and I love dogs, but they don't ask if it's cool. They'll just come in with the animal, and sometimes not even on a leash, so the dog will just be like running around. It's like I could be deathly allergic, and you didn't even ask. You just think it's okay. And fuck Madam Web, man. That movie, probably the worst thing I've ever seen.
I'm gonna change my answer to Connor Castillo being the freak of the week, dude. This guy hates dogs.
No,
Why
I
do you
love
hate dogs?
No, I love dogs.
You
I
love
hate
paint more?
No, I hate that people aren't being considerate
You
of
probably
the
wanna
environment
paint
that
the town red with
dog's blood.
the freak. The freak.
The freak of the week. Spot-o-do-do. God damn it. I get it. I used to work at a brewery. I was a bartender at a brewery, and people would bring their dogs in, and there was this one dog who was a Bernese Mountain Dog.
Big
Just the biggest, sweetest dogs on the planet Earth. And same. They would just bring their dog in, and then the dog would sit on my feet and
Behind the bar?
No. I'd come out and hang out.
Oh, I see.
And the dog would just sit on my feet and then look at me and with these big doe loving eyes and just be the sweetest things on the planet Earth. And so I get it. Fuck them. I hate dogs.
Yeah.
No.
I have a story about that too.
I don't hate dogs.
I also hate dogs for many reasons. I'll give you an example.
Yeah, hit me.
The other day I came home and my dog was just so happy to see me and just gave me a bunch of kisses and stuff, and I was like, man, fuck you and fuck dogs.
Yep. Oh, dude. Speaking of that, so I got home.
Yeah.
I laid down. I was watching Love is Blind, which is also a great Freak of the Week, and we should do a bonus episode
sure.
on just Love is Blind. But Junie gets up without even asking if it's cool, gets up on my chest, lays her little head down in the crook of my neck, and falls asleep. It's like, you're heavy.
Dude, I want to paint the town red
With
with dogs' blood. I hate them. God, the entitlement on these fucking hounds.
It's the people I hate.
Oh, I'm going to put down every dog I see.
I'm going to put them down with my words, too, and then I'm going to put them down.
Yeah.
You're bad. You've always been bad.
Here at Going Dutch, we agree with Connor Castillo. Dogs suck and cats rule. Is that what you're trying to say too?
It's not at all what I was saying.
Oh.
But
Dogs can suck it. Connor Castillo.
Yeah. on his
And that's-
tombstone. Because once this comes out, like 3 girls in yoga pants are gonna come into your room tonight
hell
and
yeah.
kill you.
Kill you, yeah.
All
And it's
right.
gonna,
Hell yeah!
Connor Castillo,
Bummer.
on your tombstone, it's going to say
Scratch
Dogs
and sniff.
suck.
Oh.
And then it's going to say Connor Castillo, 1987 to 2024.
What year do you think I was born?
I don't know.
1987. Jesus Christ.
How old are you?
27.
I was close. Was that
1996.
1996?
You're 10 years off.
1998.
When are you?
I don't know. This has been Going Dutch.
No. Wait. Just
Dude, you
just
wanna know
as a
what's funny?
closing segment.
Justin, do you know who Justin Ruppel is? He's an incredible comic, and he came down and did our show the other night, and him and Kane have been friends for some time, and Justin sees Kane and goes, Jesus Christ, are you a fucking vampire? You haven't aged a day.
Yeah,
And I was like, what the hell?
I know. I look the same.
Yeah.
If you look at old photos of me, even with hair, I got that baby face, son.
It's the sober skincare routine.
That's really all it is, man.
you
got
just rub
nice-
alcohol over your face?
I do. I throw bourbon on my face and I go about my day, and I try not to lick it on my mustache. You know, it's a hard process.
What
but
was the last drink that you had? Do you remember?
the last drink that I had? The last drink that I had, actually was an Elysian beer that was like
Really
like
good.
8% alcohol.
That'll make you go
Ooh,
sober for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
That beer sucks.
Yeah, I just was getting anything I could drink. And it was like 8%, so
Did
it got
you know it
me
was
drunk
your
really
last?
fast. No, I was trying not to
I was
get
just driving around.
I was
Shooting dogs, you know.
painting the town red with,
With
dog's
dog's
blood.
Freak.
Freak the freak of the week. Da 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 da. All right.
Yeah. Did you know when looking back when you became sober, were you bummed that was your last drink?
Yeah.
What do you wish
I
it
said out
was?
loud to the beer that was still in my fridge, I'm going to miss you.
What beer
That's
was
the
it?
saddest part of
That
all of
is.
it.
That's how much I loved and love drinking. I love it. But I don't love it as much as I love smoking, but I love drinking.
Smoking cigarettes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not good at drinking. And that's the problem, is I drink too much and I become sad. I'm a sad boy. I can be angry, and it's just somebody that is not a very pleasant guy to be
You
around.
become a freak. You become the freak.
I literally
freak.
become Dakota Johnson on the press tour for Madam Web. I am.
Last time I got drunk, I
unbearable.
strangled my dog to death.
Well, if Connor has anything to say about it, he'd probably be like, "Good."
That's cool.
Connor's like, you want to crack open a beer?
Wasn't inside my store, was it?
Next time you should come down and buy some paint.
Yeah, who dropped this red paint all over the floor? Connor's smoking a cigarette. It's not paint.
Dog.
And Fido's gone. Just like the sale. It ended yesterday.
Literally, that's the show.
That's the
I
show.
want to end the show there. Connor,
All
you're
right, fellas.
incredible.
Yeah, you guys are the best right now.
Connor, what do you have coming up?
Wide open. No, I got 2 shows tonight. You can't come. This is not going to air nearly in time. I got some shows. Connor.Castillo on Instagram. Check my link tree. Sometimes it's updated. Sometimes it's not.
That's true. Jake, what do you got?
You know, I just have a bunch of shows, and would love if people came out to some of them.
Great. Where can people find that?
Oh, Short Jake's on Instagram.
I want to thank everybody who came out to Going Dutch live on Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Jake closed it. Chase O'Donnell co-hosted it with me. Ellen Harold, Max Eddy. Who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. Oh, God. Who else was on the show? Or was that it? Nope.
No,
Nikki
yeah,
Bond.
I was
Nikki
just gonna
Bond
say.
was on it.
Nikki.
Who crushed. Everybody did great, and I'm really happy. Mary Puglisi, who is a Don't Tell producer, couldn't have done it without her and you. Of course, everyone else on the show was great, and sold out And it just was the best. So I want to thank everybody for doing that. If you want to
Sounds
come,
like it was a lot of fun.
if you want to come out to it, when Connor's on the show, you can't bring your dogs. Connor has been and will be on future Going Dutch shows. If you want to check out any updated shows that we're going to be doing in the San Diego area or possibly in a city near you, go to Going Dutch Comedy on Instagram and follow us. You can email the show at goingdutchcomedyshow@gmail.com. I'm Kane Holloway.
I'm Short Jake.
And that's...
Oh, I get to say it this time. Connor Castillo.
and everybody say goodbye, Jake.
Bye,
Bye,
Jake.
Jake.
Did you say something racist? But it was just a Korean restaurant? Coming down to Bobby Ganoosh's.